Hello, every Friday on the Happy Families podcast, we dig into the things that are working and the things that aren't working in our family, because family life's tricky and we want you to have a happy family, and sometimes the best way to make your family happy is to look what other people are doing, right or wrong, and hopefully learn from them so that you can absolutely dial it in. Also, we want to highlight that when you get a little bit introspective, not too navel-gazy, but just a little bit introspective, you can start to identify what works and what doesn't. We sort of want to share with you how we do that ourselves. So today, it's I'll Do Better Tomorrow on the Happy Families podcast. Kylie, you're sharing, is it a win? Have you had a win?
I don't know if it's a win or not.
Okay, well, we'll find out why you're so uncertain right after this. Plus, my ups and downs of being a dad who is also a parenting expert and trying to get the balance right. Stay with us. Happy Friday. It's the Happy Families podcast, real parenting solutions every day, Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We're Justin and Kylie Coulson, parents to 6 kids. Kylie, you're not sure if you're winning or losing this week. What's your I'll Do Better tomorrow?
Well, at the beginning of the year, you and I made some really big decisions about how we were going to move forward with our health and fitness. And one of the things we decided to add into our routine was to go for a nightly walk after dinner with the dog. Dog's getting a little bit chubby. She needs to get out more. And you and I recognize that this is a good thing for us to do. You'd read some research and it suggested...
Yeah, I'm not Andrew Huberman or anything like that, but apparently it's something to do with your insulin and going for a walk after dinner, and it helps you to be healthier and gain less weight. If you just go for a 10 or 15-minute walk after dinner, you've decided to go a bit extra because you're on your health kick, and instead of a 10-minute walk, it's 5Ks. It's 5Ks. It's an hour-long walk.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. You and I were doing the walk.
It's a great debrief at the end of the day.
We didn't take the phones. It was such a wonderful time to reconnect after a busy day. However, what was happening was, because you travel a lot, there were plenty of nights where I wouldn't go for a walk because I didn't want to do it on my own. And recently I was feeling really flat, and I had a conversation with a friend, and she helped me reframe things. And I was saying to her that I felt like I didn't get a lot of time to myself. And she said, well, isn't your walk a great opportunity for you to have that downtime?
Right.
And I said, that's a great idea. I hadn't seen it like that. And so I was so excited to be able to have a little bit of downtime to myself. No phones, no distractions.
No people.
Until the kids realized that I was all on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't walk on my own. There is always a child vying for a place in my walking schedule. And I've been a little bit glib. This is a win. This is a win. Every time our children make a bid for connection, take it and run with it, because it's such a beautiful opportunity to connect and to understand their world a bit better. And so each night I go for a walk. If it's not with you, it's with one of the girls, and they don't stop talking. 5Ks, it's an hour. It's an hour of listening. But I wouldn't choose to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've been uninvited on the walks.
You really have.
As in, I'm just no longer welcome. And I don't like it because I really like the debrief. I like it's kind of almost like a little mini date night that we get to have. We walk for like an hour. It's 5Ks.
Well, the other night, I left the house with one of the children, and another one rang and said, where are you? You've left without me. And I said, yeah, I'm on my way. And she was like, all right, well, I'm just going to run and I'll catch up with you. Well, she showed up in her pajamas and her slippers. I'm in sneakers. This is a serious walk. And I had another one of her sisters, which she didn't realize. And she wanted to have a big debrief with me. So she started to, and then she kind of looked at me and she said, this isn't really working, is it? And she disappeared. Meantime, her younger sister was like, oh, that's so good. I'm glad she's gone. Now I can talk to you.
So what I'm hearing, my version of what you're saying is, no matter how busy life is, the reality is we don't want to go for a walk at 8 o'clock at night for 5Ks. Like, we don't want to be out for an hour walking from 8 to 9 on a winter's night. But the kids are joining you now. I'm, like I said, uninvited. And you're having all of these incredible conversations with the kids. They open up. There's something about being side by side, walking at a reasonable pace, maybe 4Ks an hour, 5Ks an hour. The brain just seems to say, I'm safe, I can process stuff, and the kids are doing that with you.
It's crazy because one of the conversations I had with our daughter, we've tried to have numerous times with her, and she's been really, really closed. But because we were walking and because it was late, it was like she was uninhibited. She literally she was the one who brought it up. we kept talking. I was like, here's the crazy thing. We're having this conversation. I said, but if we try to do this at home, it just doesn't work. I said, what do you think the difference is? And it all came down to the fact that when she's at home, she's on her screen. But we're outside, we're in nature, we're side by side, and there's no screens in sight. And all of a sudden, there's an opportunity to connect that she hasn't recognized.
Yeah, kids spell love Time. I've been saying it for years. Connection is the currency of our relationships. Really, really powerful reminder, something that maybe more families might do. After the break, my older bed tomorrow, trying to be a good parent and a good parenting expert when you don't have time to breathe. Stay with us. We're back. It's the Happy Families podcast. Kylie, you know this because it's the reality of our lives, but everyone always goes on about how busy they are. There's so much going on, and it's really hard to connect with the kids when you are that flat strap, when there's that much going on.
You go for a walk at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. So I just want to go through a couple of things. Like my last couple of weeks, I've been in Sydney, Melbourne, the Brisbane area. I've been in Adelaide. I've been in regional centres for both New South Wales and Victoria and Queensland. I've been giving talks to parents, talks to school leaders. I've been giving talks to students. Oh, my goodness. I probably shouldn't talk about this on the pod. So giving talks to students, not one of my favorite things, because students are like, they didn't ask to be there. And when you're talking to 300 grade 8 kids about respect for relationships and they didn't put up their hand and say, oh, can we please go to that talk? That'll be awesome. It's a really, really tough gig. Like student talks are tough. So I was giving a talk in a regional area to, I think there was about 500 kids in the assembly hall. I've been doing this for 15 years. It was the worst student talk I've ever given. And when it was over, I just said to the staff at the school, that was so hard. I said, I'm so sorry. I don't want to say this to you, but I'm just letting you know, I don't think I've had a worse student talk in my career. And they were really embarrassed. And I was like, no, I'm not saying it to embarrass you. I'm just letting you know that was a really tough one. And they were like, yeah, we know. We don't know what happened with the kids. That was pretty rugged. Anyway, the next group came in. It was one of the best talks I've ever given. Like, I was thinking I'm never going to give another student talk again for the rest of my life after that first one. And then the second one was like, oh my goodness, I should keep doing this. Then the next day I gave another 2 student talks at another school, and I'm walking back to the staff room after the talk, having spoken to 300 year 7s and then 300 year 8s. And it was like I was a celebrity walking through the playground. And they were all coming up and saying, that was so helpful. I'm so glad you did that. And everyone's talking about it right now. And that was the best student talk we've ever had in our lives. And I was sort of going, I'm like a little mini celebrity. Everyone's like kids were stopping and going, we're not supposed to have phones, but can we take a photo? And the teacher's looking at them going, you're not supposed to have your phone, but sure, you can take a photo. Anyway, I digress. Turning this into a bit of a word salad. Oh, and when I was in Sydney, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not. I'm going to be on Jessica Rowe's Big Talk podcast in a couple of weeks talking about the brand new book. There's just been so much going on since the accident, but certainly the last couple of weeks, I've rebounded and I'm working a million miles an hour. I'm all over the country, giving talks everywhere. What's all that got to do with anything? It's really hard to find time to be the breadwinner, but also to be the parent, to be the husband. And in a couple of the little gaps, like I was working all day Saturday last week, but on Saturday night, you and I caught up and we got to go on a date. We went to one of those, I don't know if you've seen those, they're advertised all over the place online. It's like a string quartet surrounded by candles.
Or it's grand piano, or like
they do all sorts of different
ones. It's live music by candlelight.
Live music by candlelight. So you and I went out and had one of. It was such a nice night. It was so great. And then a couple of nights later, just earlier this week, I was home one night. It's been really intense, and our 22-year-old daughter came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, want to play Boggle?" And I was like, not in my mind, not really. I'd like to just read a book or breathe or have a minute. And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to spend time with the kids. We sat down and played Boggle. She beat me. It was devastating. It crushed me, but it was so great to sit down and just play a game with one of our kids. And I guess this word salad ends with the simple take-home message. Life gets really busy for all of us. There's highs and lows. There's peaks and troughs. There's things that we really love and things that we really struggle with.
And I think there's always room to make excuses as why we can't do something.
Precisely. Exactly. A week and a half ago, I was in one of Brisbane's suburbs. I was in Annerley. And I was giving a talk to parents and students. It was a combined parent-student talk about resilience. And I was just talking about this idea that can't means don't want to. And often we'll say, I can't, but what we're actually saying is I don't want to. And when we say I can't spend time with the kids, maybe it's true. Maybe from a practical and logistical point of view, we can't. But guess what? More often than not, it's not that we can't. It's that we don't want to. The screen's more compelling, or there's something else that's going on. So the take-home message, we say that we can't. And I don't want to sound harsh, but the reality is I can't go for a walk tonight, or I can't play Boggle, or I can't do a date night because I'm exhausted and there's too much going on. But I wonder if what I'm actually saying is I just don't want to go to the fuss. I don't want to go to the bother. I'm really tired. And if we can push past that and we make the effort, it's always so rewarding. It's always so worth it.
Well, maybe the truth is you can't go for a walk, but what can you do? I think that's it. It's like...
Thank you for softening what I said, because as I was saying,
it's
I was thinking,
reframing it. It's reframing it. It's acknowledging. And I've said it to the kids, you know what? I haven't got it in me tonight to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm able to do this. Would that work? I think there's plenty of different ways we can look at things. We don't have to feel boxed in. Just because the kids ask us to do something specifically, if we really can't do that right now, I think it's important for us to honour that. But I think we have to find or give them other options so that they know that we're not brushing them off. We're not making an excuse. We want to spend time with them, but it has to work for both of us.
That's the take-home message. Have a great weekend. We really hope there's been some inspo on what we've shared with you today. The Happy Families podcast, sound and audio engineering by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. Additional support and admin from Mim Hammonds. If you'd like more info to make your family happier, visit happyfamilies.com.au.